Hello everyone. Today I would like to present a topic about the future of economy. In this presentation, we will discuss how the economy is developing in the modern era, the challenges we may face, and what the future economy might look like. Hopefully, after this presentation, we can gain a better understanding of how economic change can affect our lives. Alright, before we start, let me introduce my group. My name is Indrana Nugraha.
My name is Fahira Maral Mega.
My name is MT Paulio Awalga.
Okay, next. Okay, this slide explains about cost of capital. Cost of capital is the minimum return that a company must earn to satisfy its investors and creditors. It represents how much it costs for a company to use different sources of funds such as equity, debt, and preferred stock. Each source of financing has a different cost, and this will direct affect the company's earning and earnings per share or EPS. For example, the cost of equity shows the return expected by shareholders. The cost of debt is the interest paid after tax, and the cost of preferred stock in the dividend paid to preferred shareholders. Next. This slide discuss capital structure and financing alternatives. Capital structures refers to the proportion of debt and equity used by a company to finance its operation. In the EBIT EPS project, companies can choose different financing alternatives such as using only equity or using combination of debt and preferred stock. The capital structure can be measured using the debt to equity ratio or DER, which compares total debt to total equity. This ratio helps us understand how much the company relies on debt compared to its own capital. Okay, next. This slide explains financial leverage and its effect on EPS. Financial leverage occurs when a company uses fixed cost financing such as debt or preferred stock. In this EBIT, in the EBIT EPS analysis, leverage is created through interest expense on debt and dividend payments on preferred stock. Financial leverage can increase EPS when EBIT increase, but it also increases the risk if EBIT decreases. The degree financial leverage or DFL shows how sensitive EPS is to change in EBIT. Next. EBIT EPS analysis is a financial decision-making tool that helps companies evaluate how different financing options such as issuing common stock, taking on debt, or using preferred stock affect earnings per share (EPS) at various levels of EBIT. Earning before interest and taxes. By comparing EPS outcomes, management can identify the most beneficial capital structure, especially by calculating the indifference point where two alternatives yield the same EPS. This analysis supports strategic choice that balance profitability, tax impact, and financial risk. Okay, next. Next.
As per and Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs 8, the financing decision analysis in the EBIT EPS project are also related to Sustainable Development Goal 8, which emphasizes sustainable economic growth and decent work, citing an optimal finance financing structure supports long-term business stability, expansion, and employment opportunities. A sound capital structure enables firms to grow sustainable, improve productivity, and maintain decent working conditions, which aligns financial management practice with the objective of SDS 8. Okay, question one. Alternative one, issuance of common stock. Total share outstanding in 10,000 share. Alternative two, 80% common stock and 20% bonds. Total share outstanding in 9,600 shares. Alternative three, in 60% common stock and 40% bonds or preferred stock. Total share outstanding in 9,200 share. Alternative one, which relies entirely on common stock financing, result in the highest number of share outstanding. Although this alternative does not create fixed financial obligation and therefore carries the lowest financial risk, it leads to ownership dilution and may reduce earning per share number of introduce fixed financing through either bonds or preferred stock while maintaining a relatively balanced capital structure. This alternative reduces share dilution compared to alternative one and creates limited financial obligation, resulting in a moderate level of financial leverage and risk. And alternative three employs the highest proportion of fixed cost financing, leading to the smallest increase in the number of outstanding shares. While the structure minimizes ownership dilution and has the potential to enhance shareholder returns, it also exposes the company to the highest level of financial leverage and financial risk among the three alternatives.
Sorry, Tipal di mute.
Preferred dividend under different financing alternative. Now I will explain the preferred dividend for each financing alternative. First, alternative one is financed with 100% common stock. Because there are no preferred stock involved, the company does not incur any preferred dividend. Therefore, the preferred dividend for alternative one is 0. Next, alternative 2 consists of 18% common next alternative 2 consists of 18% common stock and 20% preferred stock. The preferred stock portion is 20% of USD, which equal 40,000 USD. With a dividend rate of 5%, the preferred dividend is 2,000 USD. Lastly, alternative 3. Use 60% common stock and 40% preferred stock. Their preferred stock portion is 40% of USD. Alternative 1, which is fully financed by common stock, does not generate any fixed financing cost. As a result, this alternative has zero financial leverage and the lowest level of financial risk. However, the absence of leverage also means that the company does not benefit from potential cost efficiency or return enhancement associated with fixed cost financing. Alternative 2 involves a moderate level of fixed financing cost, either in the form of interest expense from bonds or fixed dividends from preferred stock. This alternative introduces financial leverage at manageable level, allowing the company to benefit from tax advantage in the case of debt financing or predictable dividend obligation in the case of preferred stock, while still maintaining relatively low financial risk. Alternative 3 result in the highest fixed financing cost due to a larger proportion of debt or preferred stock. Consequently, this alternative has the highest degree of financial leverage, which can amplify shareholder return when operating income is strong but also significantly increase financial risk during period of lower earning. Next. Now I will explain the EBIT and EPS analysis. The formula used to calculate earning per share or EPS is EPS equal EBIT multiplied by 1 minus the tax rates minus preferred dividend by the number of common shares. First, alternative 1, which is financed with 100% common stock, the company issue 2,000 new shares, resulting in a total of in a total of sorry. After tax, the EBIT becomes USD 105.000, and since there is no preferred dividend, the EPS is USD 10.50. Next, alternative 2, which use 80% common stock and 20% preferred stock. Under this alternative, the total number of shares is 9,600 and the preferred dividend is 2,000 USD. After deducting tax and preferred dividends, the EPS increased to 1.10.70 USD. Finally, alternative 3, which consists of 16% common stock and 40% preferred stock. This alternative has the lowest number of shares, which is 9,200, but the highest preferred dividend of 4,000 USD. Despite the higher fixed dividend, this alternative generates the highest EPS at 10.9. The EPS analyst show the alternative 3 generates the highest EPS under preferred stock financing, followed by alternative 2 and alternative 1. This indicates that higher financial leverage, the preferred stock and enhanced earning per share when operating income is stable, although it also increases financial risk.
Alright, that brings me to the end of my presentation about the future of economy. In conclusion, we can see that the economy will continue to develop along with technology, innovation, and change in society. Therefore, it is important for us to be more aware and prepare for future economic challenges and opportunities. Thank you for your attention and watching. We will to the end of presentation. Thank you.